We want to turn to the developing situation in Ukraine. Russian and Ukrainian diplomatic teams are expected to meet face-to-face today for the third time since the war began 11 days ago. A negotiated humanitarian corridor to deliver food and other supplies to villages and cities in desperate need collapsed for the second time this weekend during heavy fighting. Jay Gray joins us now live with the latest from the Polish-Ukrainian border with details. Jay.
Yeah, Dave, and look, we're at the Przemysl train station. It's the first stop for hundreds of thousands of refugees fleeing Ukraine. I want to give you a look at what's going on here right now. It is simply overwhelmed. People pouring into the streets because there's no room inside the station. Residents scrambling to escape the shelling in this village outside of Kyiv. Homes and businesses battered and burning. Ukraine soldiers frantically trying to guide families to buses and other vehicles so they can make their escape. A senior U.S. military official says about 95% of the combat power Russia had lined along the Ukraine border is now in country, but facing strong resistance. Often from volunteers, businessmen, tradesmen lining up to fight.
And our guys that are actually standing there and fighting Russian military forces, they know what they are doing.
Intelligence officials expect the fighting will intensify over the next several days, especially in some of the larger Ukrainian cities. That threat pushing even more people across the border.
We know that hundreds of thousands are on the move inside Ukraine, including just across the border here. And it is very likely that we will see a large influx continue in the next few days.
Joining more than 1.5 million who've already made the journey to safety, now packed into train stations, bus terminals, makeshift hospitals and shelters, uncertain of what may come next. Yeah, and now we'll look inside this train station, and you can see just how packed it is, how many people are here, and trying to do whatever they can to find a location, some place where they can go and maybe take a breath, get away from all of this, and determine how they move forward. Dave, there's nobody in this region that believes we've seen even the start of the peak of what's going to be a humanitarian crisis for a long time here. We've got hundreds of thousands, as you heard, heading this way.
Yeah, it's incredible. Wow, Jay. And I know this is a difficult question, but what do officials there say their biggest problem is moving forward?
Yeah. Well, right now the issue seems to be where people can go and how to get them there. The trains can only hold so much. The buses can only hold so much. And so that's a huge worry with the idea that this isn't that this is going to be much worse in the next few days. So they're trying desperately to figure something out, but it's a difficult go, obviously.
Yeah.